Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Astal. We are now in the Volcanic Valley after beating the Forest Fiend. And we gotta blow the fire off some of these enemies, and also cool these fires down so they not only get in our way, not only don't get in our way rather, but also don't produce flaming pig enemies either. Also, we had to leap off of that guy to get that fruit in case we need it. And it's time to blow that fire out so that way it doesn't get in our way or create an evil pig. Also, these dragons, they will get in our way. You do want to be careful. When you reach this bridge area, some of them will be right behind you or show up in front of you. Like so. And I tried to get away from them, and that failed miserably. But we still managed to get through. And I'm going to use the attack here to not only get whatever this guy is carrying, but I'm also going to pound the ground here because Power Star. Let me see if I can get an extra life. No, of course not. Why would the game give me one? But we do want to run as we go through here because that is how we're going to avoid getting smacked by all these rocks. Oh, come on. We need to keep on running until we reach that big rock over to the right. We want to grab it, and we want to take it with us to the end. When we do, we want to throw it so it goes into the background and plugs that volcano up. It's the only way we want to be able to jump. So that way, we can get to the goal. There is a place you can hide before you get to the rock. You can kind of use that to take a breather and also try to get a power up to refill your health in case you need one. Provided you have enough power on the power gauge. And now it's time to fight this thing. This thing will swoop in at you. Then you need to breathe on its body. We need to run under the head as it spits fire everywhere, and then grab the body and throw it. From there, the head of this skeletal fire dragon sets its body back ablaze, and then we have to repeat this all over again. We can have the bird attack the boss in case we need to. We won't necessarily need it, but it's a good thing that I'm decided to go ahead and get a power-up here. Try to go for an extra life. The extra life, should you find one, it'll not only give you an extra life, but it'll also fill your power gauge back up to full, too. So in case you want to do some more things that require the power gauge, you can do them. And once you manage to throw the body 3 times, the head just flies everywhere and just spits this flame breath all around. But if you attack it with your breath attack, hold up, press B, you'll be able to defeat it. Just like that. Volcanic Valley and the Fire Behemoth were both easy. This isn't! This is the Sea of Clouds. And this is... Stop running, Astal. This is the hardest level so far in the game. Probably in the game in general. No. I don't want to say that just yet. The jury's still out on one of the near-end stages, but this is definitely the hardest one to date. Because of the... Well, you'll see. 1, all this platforming, obviously. I mean, that should be mentioned right then and there. 2, these platforms. These seem simple now. But later on, a little later on, you'll see why they're really annoying. Actually, I'm better off telling you. First, you want to pound that ground there because I do want to show off the power star if I can show it on the screen. It'll be right up there in the upper left corner, assuming I could still show that platform, which sadly I could not. And two. That's two. The movement of the platforms affects your momentum when you do things in this stage. You can tell I'm not a big fan of this. And the fact that there are no checkpoints to be found in any of the stages makes this worse. It makes this so much worse. Also, I wish you could move the camera like in Super Mario World. Unfortunately, you have the power gauge options with L and R in case you're playing with 3 buttons for some reason. I'm beginning to think that that option is there, that alternate selection, that way to select things is there simply because this was probably originally meant to be that momentum, I tell you. I'm guessing that you're able to use L and R. No. That wouldn't make sense. I'm about to say, L, R, and A is there because this is probably originally a Sega CD game, but that doesn't make sense to me either because Sega CD still used a Genesis controller. And thank you. Thank you, game, for letting me do that. Whew. And as much as I would like to use the level-specific action here, I'm going to go ahead and not do that. Because I want to get rid of at least... Well, actually, I wanted to get rid of both of those things. And if you could attack the thing for me, that would be great. Oh! When all else fails, use your jump attack. Because you can use that to halt your descent, and maybe you can get on a platform in a last-ditch effort. And I want to take a running jump here, and there we are. I made this a lot easier. I made this look a lot easier than this actually was. You just gotta bide your time and know when to make your move. And now it's time for the behemoth. This guy will rush at you. Sometimes he will jump. Other times he will raise his horns up in the air. And if he raises his horns up in the air, you can grab him. And apparently I still had him in stun lock. And I was still able to hit him rather easily. And what'll he give me? Just 1 health point replenishment. I thought you were going to give me an extra life. And I can't get rid of it now. That thing's just going to carry it forever. As long as you let the behemoth come to you, you won't have to worry about him jumping over you repeatedly. Also cutscene.
Astal, please stop. You're scaring everybody. Nobody's going to hurt me. You've got to trust somebody sometime. Try a little compassion, my friend. Astal.
And it looks like Lita wants or wanted Astal to lay off and just have some restraint and show compassion for other people. Basically, he's just sort of saying, hey, Astal, calm down. Next up is Glacial Rift. But that will have to wait until the next video. Join me next time where we go through some more levels of Astal and see what adventures and adversaries lie in wait for Astal. So until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!